Welcome to Intelligence Gateway.
Internal Threats Lecture 16.2. Describe what is meant by different internal threats. Internal threats, in the context of cybersecurity, refer to risks and potential attacks that originate from within an organization's own network, systems, or employees. These threats can be accidental or deliberate and are often more challenging to detect and prevent. Compared to external threats, here are some common types of internal threats. Insider threats. Insider threats occur when current or former employees, contractors, or business partners misuse their authorized access to an organization's resources for malicious purposes. This can include stealing sensitive data, sharing proprietary information with competitors, sabotaging systems, or causing other forms of harm. Insider threats can be intentional or unintentional. Unintentional errors. Not all internal threats are intentional. Unintentional errors by employees, such as misconfigurations, accidental data deletions, or mishandling sensitive information, can lead to security vulnerabilities and breaches. These errors often stem from lack of awareness, insufficient training, or negligence. Social engineering by insiders. Insiders with malicious intent may use social engineering techniques to manipulate colleagues into revealing sensitive information or granting unauthorized access. This could involve tricking employees into sharing login credentials, giving access to restricted areas, divulging confidentiality. 4. Data leakage. Data leakage occurs when employees or insiders inadvertently or purposefully share sensitive or confidential information outside of the organization's authorized channels. This can happen through email, file sharing, or other means, leading to potential data breaches. Privilege abuse. Employees or individuals with elevated privileges within an organization's network can abuse their access to gain unauthorized control over systems, access confidential data, or bypass security controls. User account misuse. Insiders may misuse their own user accounts or those of others to engage in unauthorized activities, such as accessing restricted data or using company resources for personal gain. Disgruntled employees. Employees who feel discontented, mistreated, or dissatisfied with their employment may become disgruntled and resort to malicious actions against the organization. This can include data theft, sabotage, or spreading malware. Inadequate access controls. Weak access controls can lead to internal threats, as employees may gain unauthorized access to resources they should not have, or they may exploit loopholes to escalate their privileges. To mitigate internal threats, organizations should implement robust cybersecurity measures, including access controls, employee training and awareness programs, monitoring and auditing of user activities, and establishing clear policies and procedures. Creating a strong security culture within the organization is crucial to minimize the risks posed by internal threats and ensure the protection of sensitive data and resources. Describe the different methods that organizations could use to reduce the risks caused by internal threats. Two-factor authentication 2FA and multi-factor authentication MFA. Implementing 2FA or MFA adds an extra layer of security to the authentication process. This requires users to provide additional verification, such as a one-time password or fingerprint, in addition to their regular login credentials. It significantly reduces the risk of unauthorized access, even if login credentials are compromised. Regular security training and assessments. Conducting periodic security training and assessments for employees helps keep security practices fresh in their minds. Organizations can simulate phishing attacks or other security scenarios to evaluate employees' responses and identify areas that require improvement. Job rotation and job satisfaction. Long-term employees with access to critical systems should periodically rotate roles to minimize the risk of employee burnout or dissatisfaction. leading to malicious actions. Providing job satisfaction and a positive work environment can also reduce the likelihood of insider threats. Security incident reporting and response policy. Having a clear policy for reporting security incidents enables employees to promptly report suspicious activities or potential insider threats without fear of repercussions. A well-defined incident response plan ensures that reported incidents are addressed and mitigated promptly. Data encryption and data loss prevention DLP solutions. Implementing data encryption for sensitive information and deploying DLP solutions can help prevent data leakage and unauthorized access to critical data. DLP solutions can also monitor and prevent the transmission of sensitive data outside the organization's network. Monitoring privileged users. Monitoring and auditing the activities of privileged users, such as system administrators and IT staff, can help detect any unusual or unauthorized actions that may indicate insider threats. Secure software development practices. Organizations should follow secure software development practices to minimize vulnerabilities that could be exploited by insider threats. Code reviews, vulnerability scanning, and regular security updates are essential to maintain secure software systems. Data segregation and access restrictions. Sensitive data should be segregated and stored in secure locations, with access restricted to unauthorized personnel. Role-based access control (RBAC) can be used to limit access to data based on an individual's job responsibilities. Employee exit procedures. Having clear and comprehensive employee exit procedures is crucial to revoke access rights and collect company-owned devices when an employee leaves the organization. This ensures Thetex employees cannot use their previous access for malicious purposes. Continuous monitoring and threat hunting. Implementing continuous monitoring and proactive threat hunting can help identify potential insider threats in real time. Using security analytics and machine learning, organizations can detect anomalous behavior that may indicate malicious intent. Employee support and counseling. Providing employee support, counseling, and a safe environment to express grievances can help address underlying issues that may lead to insider threats. Early intervention and support can prevent potential incidents. By adopting a combination of these methods and fostering a security-aware culture, organizations can significantly reduce the risks associated with internal threats and enhance their overall cybersecurity posture. Regular reviews and updates to security strategies are essential to stay ahead of evolving threats and maintain robust protection against insider risks. Evaluate how effectively these security methods reduce the risks caused by internal threats. Effectively reducing the risks caused by internal threats requires a multi-layered approach that combines various security methods. Let's evaluate how each of these security methods contributes to mitigating the risks posed by internal threats. Employee training and awareness. Effectiveness. Highly effective. Regular cybersecurity training and awareness programs help educate employees about the risks of insider threats and promote a security-conscious culture. Well-informed employees are more likely to recognize and report suspicious activities, reducing the success rate of internal attacks. Access control and privilege management. Effectiveness. Highly effective. Implementing strong access controls and privilege management limits employees' access to sensitive data and critical systems based on their job roles. By following the principle of least privilege, organizations can prevent unauthorized access and minimize the potential impact of insider threats. Employee vetting and background checks. Effectiveness. Moderately effective. Background checks can help identify potential insider threats during the hiring process. However, they may not detect individuals who become disgruntled or engage in malicious activities after employment begins. User behavior monitoring. Effectiveness. Highly effective. User behavior monitoring, coupled with analytics and machine learning, can help identify anomalous Activities. Indicative of potential insider threats in real time, timely detection allows organizations to respond quickly and mitigate risks. Separation of duties. Effectiveness. Highly effective. Separating critical job functions among different employees prevents any single individual from having excessive control over sensitive operations or data, reducing the risk of insider abuse. Data loss prevention. DLP solutions. Effectiveness. Highly effective. DLP solutions help prevent data leakage by monitoring and controlling the movement of sensitive information both within and outside the network, significantly reducing the risk of accidental or intentional data breaches. Incident response plan. Effectiveness. Highly effective. Having a well-defined incident response plan enables organizations to respond swiftly to insider threats and contain potential damage. It ensures that incidents are addressed systematically, minimizing their impact. Auditing and logging. Effectiveness. Moderately effective. Detailed logging and regular audits provide valuable information for investigating insider threats. However, they may not always prevent malicious actions in real time. Secure exit procedures. Effectiveness. Highly effective. Proper exit procedures help prevent ex-employees from retaining access and using it for malicious purposes after leaving the organization. Encryption and data protection. Effectiveness. Moderately effective. Data encryption and protection measures safeguard sensitive information, but they may not address the insider threat issue directly. However, they can reduce the impact if data is accessed by unauthorized users. Whistleblower programs. Effectiveness. Moderately effective. Whistleblower programs encourage employees to report security concerns, but they may not address all types of insider threats, particularly those perpetrated by individuals with malicious intent who may go to great lengths to avoid two-factor authentication 2FA and multi-factor authentication MFA. Effectiveness. Highly effective. 2FA and MFA add an extra layer of security to user authentication, significantly reducing the risk of unauthorized access even if login credentials are compromised. Regular security training and assessments. Effectiveness. Moderately effective. Regular security training helps maintain employee awareness, but its effectiveness may diminish over time without ongoing reinforcement and real-world testing. Job rotation and job satisfaction. Effectiveness. Moderately effective. Job rotation can reduce risks associated with prolonged access to sensitive data, but it may not address other underlying issues that lead to insider threats. Overall, the combination of these security methods provides a strong defense against internal threats. Organizations must continually assess and update their security strategies as the threat landscape evolves and insider threat actors consciously adapt their tactics. A holistic and proactive approach, coupled with a security-aware culture, is crucial to effectively reduce the risks posed by internal threats and maintain robust cybersecurity. Cybersecurity threats. All systems are vulnerable to attack from external and internal threats. Understand how internal threats occur, including employee sabotage and theft, including of physical equipment or data, and damage such as fire, flood, power loss, terrorism, or other disaster. Internal threats can arise from disgruntled employees or insiders seeking to harm the organization. This may involve sabotage of systems, theft of physical equipment or data, or intentional damage, such as causing a fire, flood, or power loss. Insider threats may also include acts of terrorism or other disasters. Unauthorized access by employees and other users to secure areas and administration functions, including security levels and protocols. Employees or other users with authorized access to secure areas or administration functions can misuse their privileges for malicious purposes. This could involve unauthorized access to sensitive data or critical systems, bypassing security protocols, or abusing administrative functions. Weak cybersecurity measures and unsafe practices. including security of computer equipment and storage devices, security vetting of visitors visiting untrustworthy websites. Internal threats may arise due to inadequate cybersecurity measures within the organization, weak passwords, lack of encryption, and improper security configurations can make it easier for insiders to exploit vulnerabilities. Additionally, unsafe practices like visiting untrustworthy websites or falling for phishing scams can also lead to security breaches. Accidental loss or disclosure of data, including poor staff training and monitoring. Not all internal threats are intentional. Accidental actions by employees can also cause security incidents. Poorly trained staff may mishandle sensitive data, accidentally delete critical information, or inadvertently disclose confidential data to unauthorized parties. Introductory task. Look up the word disgruntled. Think of an experience you have had with a company where you became disgruntled, e.g., having to wait 40 minutes in a restaurant for your food to be served. Describe how this made you feel and how your attitude towards the company changed. Imagine a scenario where a person goes to a restaurant with high expectations of enjoying a nice meal. However, they end up waiting for their food for over 40 minutes, far longer than what they consider reasonable. During this time, they observe other customers being served before them, which adds to their frustration. Initially, the person might feel patient and understanding, assuming that the restaurant might be busy or facing some temporary issue. As the wait prolongs, they might become increasingly annoyed and restless. Feelings of hunger, impatience, and disappointment may set in, affecting their overall dining experience negatively. As the wait continues, their attitude towards the restaurant could change significantly. They might feel that the restaurant lacks proper management, leading to slow service. They could perceive the establishment as unprofessional or disorganized, and their trust in the restaurant's ability to deliver a satisfactory experience might diminish. The person might also start questioning the quality of the food and whether it's worth the extended wait. They may express their frustration to the staff or consider leaving the restaurant altogether if they feel that their concerns are not being addressed. If their restaurant does not handle the situation well and fails to apologize or provide adequate explanations for its delay, the person's negative perception of the establishment could persist even after they eventually receive their food. Deeper learning activity. Sabotage and theft. Describe what is meant by the term sabotage in the context of a computer network. In the context of a computer network, sabotage refers to the intentional and malicious act of causing damage, disruption, or interference with the normal operation of the network, its components, or the data it handles. Sabotage can be carried out by individuals or groups with malicious intent, aiming to compromise the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of network resources and data. Here are some common forms of sabotage in a computer network. Denial of service. DOS attacks. Attackers flood the network or specific services with a massive amount of traffic, overwhelming the system's resources and causing it to become unresponsive or unavailable to legitimate users. Distributed denial of service. DDoS attacks. Similar to DOS attacks, but these are coordinated from multiple sources, making them even more difficult to defend against. Malware and viruses. Malicious software designed to infiltrate the network, spread, and cause harm, such as data corruption, theft, or unauthorized access. Describe what is meant by the term sabotage in the context of a computer network. Data manipulation. Unauthorized modification of data in the network, leading to incorrect results or decisions based on altered information. Network intrusion and hacking. Gaining unauthorized access to the network or specific devices within it, often to steal sensitive information or to cause damage. Phishing attacks. Sending deceptive emails or messages to trick users into revealing sensitive information like passwords, allowing attackers to gain unauthorized access to the network. Insider threats. When individuals within an organization intentionally or unintentionally engage in activities that disrupt the network, compromise data, or provide unauthorized access to outsiders. Physical sabotage, physically damaging network infrastructure, such as cutting cables or destroying network devices. Sabotage can have severe consequences, ranging from financial losses and reputational damage to compromising sensitive information and affecting critical services. Organizations invest significant effort in securing their networks, employing measures such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, encryption, access controls, and regular security audits to prevent and detect potential sabotage attempts. However, the rapidly evolving landscape of cybersecurity requires constant vigilance and adaptation to stay ahead of determined attackers. Describe what is meant by the term theft. In the context of a computer network. In the context of a computer network, the term theft refers to the unauthorized acquisition or misappropriation of digital data, information, or resources. It involves the act of intentionally taking or using someone else's data or digital assets without their permission or proper authorization. Theft in a computer network can take various forms, and some common examples include data theft, unauthorized access to, and copying or downloading of sensitive information such as personal data, financial records, intellectual property, or classified documents. Identity theft, illegally obtaining and using someone's personal information, such as login credentials or social security numbers, to commit fraud or other malicious activities. Intellectual property theft, stealing copyrighted materials, trade secrets, patents, or proprietary software code without the owner's consent. Resource theft, unauthorized use of computing resources such as processing power, memory, or network bandwidth for purposes like cryptocurrency mining or launching distributed denial-of-service DOS attacks. Software piracy, illegally distributing, reproducing, or using copyrighted software without obtaining the appropriate license or permissions. Phishing, deceptive practices to trick users into revealing their sensitive information, such as login credentials or credit card details, by posing as a legitimate entity. Ransomware attacks, taking control of a victim's data or computer systems and demanding payment ransom to release the data or restore access. Theft in a computer network is not only illegal, it also poses significant risks to individuals, businesses, and organizations. It can lead to financial losses, compromised privacy, damaged reputation, and disruption of essential services. To prevent theft in a computer network, security measures like strong access controls, encryption, firewalls, antivirus software, and user education about potential threats. Research an organization that has experienced employee sabotage or theft. Describe which employee was responsible, why the employee carried out the attack, the impacts the attack had on the organization. Example: Enron Corporation scandal. 2001 employee responsible. The Enron Corporation, a major energy company, experienced one of the most infamous cases of employee sabotage and fraud. The key figure responsible for orchestrating the fraudulent activist was Andrew Fastow, who served as the Chief Financial Officer (CFO) of Enron. Motivation for the attack: Andrew Fastow carried out the attack as part of an elaborate accounting fraud scheme to hide the company's financial losses and liabilities. He used off-balance sheet entities, known as special purpose entities, to manipulate financial statements and create a false appearance of profitability. The purpose was to inflate the company's stock price and enrich himself and other top executives at the expense of shareholders and employees. Impacts on the organization: the Enron scandal had far-reaching consequences, both for the company and the wider business community. Bankruptcy: as the truth about the fraudulent accounting practices was uncovered, investor confidence in Enron shattered, leading to a rapid decline in the company's stock value. In December 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy, marking one of the largest bankruptcies in American history up to that point. Job losses: Enron's collapse resulted in the loss of thousands of jobs, affecting not only Enron employees, but also those in associated businesses that were affected by the scandal. Investor losses. Enron shareholders lost billions of dollars as the stock value plummeted, and many pension funds and retirement accounts were severely impacted. Reputation damage. The Enron scandal exposed serious ethical and corporate governance issues within the company, causing significant damage to its reputation. It also shook public confidence in the credibility of corporate financial reporting and led to increased scrutiny of other corporations. Regulatory reforms. The Enron scandal prompted a series of regulatory changes aimed at improving corporate governance, financial reporting, and oversight. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002 was passed in response to the Enron scandal to enhance corporate accountability and transparency. The Enron scandal remains a pivotal moment in corporate history and serves as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of fraudulent activities carried out by employees. At the highest levels of an organization, it underscores the importance of strong ethical leadership, robust internal controls, and effective regulatory oversight to prevent and detect such sabotage and fraud. Research strategies that organizations can use to reduce the risks caused by disgruntled employees and evaluate how effective these strategies are. Reducing the risks caused by disgruntled employees is crucial for maintaining a positive and secure work environment. Here are some research-based strategies that organizations can use. Pre-employment screening and selection. Implement a thorough pre-employment screening process to identify potential red flags in a candidate's background, such as criminal history or previous incidents of workplace misconduct. Effective screening can help prevent hiring individuals who may pose a risk to the organization. Create a positive work environment. Foster a positive workplace culture that promotes open communication, employee engagement, and recognition of achievements. A positive work environment can help mitigate employee dissatisfaction and reduce the likelihood of disgruntled behavior. Effective communication channels. Establish effective channels for employees to express their concerns and grievances. Encouraging open communication and providing a safe space for employees to voice their issues can prevent problems from escalating. Conflict resolution and mediation. Train effective communication channels. Establish effective channels for employees to express their managers and HR staff in conflict resolution and mediation techniques. Addressing disputes and conflicts promptly and fairly can prevent them from escalating and turning into serious issues. Performance management and feedback. Regularly assess employee performance and provide constructive feedback. Clear expectations and consistent feedback can help employees understand their role and contributions to the organization, reducing feelings of frustration and discontent. Whistleblower protection. Create policies that protect whistleblowers who report unethical or illegal behavior within the organization. This can encourage employees to report concerns internally instead of resorting to more harmful actions. Limit access to sensitive information. Control access to critical company information and systems based on the principle of least privilege. Restricting access can minimize the damage caused by a disgruntled employee with malicious intent. Exit interviews and off-boarding procedures. Conduct exit interviews to gain insights into employee experiences and reasons for leaving. Proper off-boarding procedures can help ensure a smooth transition and minimize the risk of retaliation from departing employees. Employee assistance programs (EAPs) provide access to EAPs that offer confidential counseling and support services. These programs can help employees cope with personal or work-related issues that may contribute to their dissatisfaction. Employee assistance programs (EAPs) provide access to EAPs that offer confidential counseling and support services. These programs can help employees cope with personal or work-related issues that may contribute to their dissatisfaction. Continuous employee engagement surveys. Regularly gather continuous employee engagement surveys Regularly gather feedback from employees through surveys to assess overall satisfaction levels and identify areas for improvement. Timely interventions based on survey results can address issues before continuous employee engagement surveys. Regularly gather feedback from employees through surveys to assess overall satisfaction levels and identify areas for improvement. Timely interventions based on survey results can address issues before they escalate. Evaluation of effectiveness. Assessing the effectiveness of these strategies can be challenging, as disgruntled employee behavior and risks can vary widely among organizations. However, some evaluation methods include incident tracking. Monitor the number and severity of incidents related to disgruntled employees over time. A decrease in such incidents can indicate the effectiveness of implemented strategies. Employee feedback. Measure employee satisfaction and engagement levels through surveys or focus groups before and after implementing the strategies. Positive changes in feedback may suggest improved risk reduction.
Thanks for watching. For more information, like, comment, and subscribe our